Right, good day everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be discussing My Hero Academia. So last week I didn't do it because I felt like it wasn't much to discuss. I feel like these past few chapters would fit better episode wise when the episodes get there because it would tie everything together. Story wise, it would fit better in my opinion because a lot of it has been Deku and the classmates and all of that. And I feel like breaking it up, like how the chapter breaks it up, for me, it didn't flow. So that's why I didn't review the last chapter. I waited for this one so it would flow and get like more of it instead of talking about part of it and then waiting. So again, today we're going to be discussing chapter 321 and 322. So yes, spoiler warning. Also, they dropped a prequel chapter for the movie, but I won't be discussing that. Y'all can go and read it. It was pretty dope. So yeah, essentially chapter 321 had a color page of them building an All Might mech. And the gist of that chapter was more of Deku trying to run away and them trying to convince him to stay. And a bit of the tug of war fight back and forth with words and attacks trying to restrain him and carry him home. So Deku basically in that chapter says that, his classmates are weaker than him, he's ahead of them. Just that. That's the gist of that chapter at least. Now in this chapter we get a bit more, and that is Deku's crying and basically they have convinced him to stop. And this leads to them, or either at least stopping Deku from flying away, like the end of last chapter, and he lands with him. And this leads to Bakugo and Deku having a moment. And this moment is essentially Bakugo and Deku speaking. The class is around them, but one-on-one convo between them. And Bakugo tells Deku that he's sorry for everything that he's done to him and said to him. Basically, he admits to being a jerk and he's apologizing. And to me, that's a big red flag. But anyway, we then get Deku apologizing for what he said, and that's calling them weaker than him. And this revelation, or it's not really a revelation, but this owning up to their mistakes seems to be foreshadowing to something later on, maybe. But Bakugo has owned up to his mistakes, and he tells Deku that you can't bear this burden on trying to save everyone by yourself. We are all heroes, and part of being a hero is saving you, saving civilians, saving people on the road, saving people in new ways, saving everyone. And when you're not able to do this by yourself, that's why we're here to help you do this, to be a team, to work together, to be heroes and save everyone. So that leads to Deku being, I guess they reached his heart, they reached him, and we see Deku kind of collapses, and Bakugo catches him, and then they go back to UA. And on their way back to UA, we see a crowd of people surrounding the area, and they're saying, like, don't bring Deku in here, word is Shiraki was after a kid, it could be him, blah, 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 normal people stuff. But we see UA, and it's like a giant fortress now, so that is interesting. So yeah, essentially that is the chapter, I guess. I mean, like I said, it didn't have too much going on in the chapter. That's why I said, like, the past 3-4 chapters could all be fit into one episode. But at the end of the chapter, we see Uraraka holding Deku's hand and telling him to come on, let's go inside. But she also says that who are to help heroes? Because, heroes save everyone, but who's going to save the heroes? The chapter ends there. So again, not much, but the gist of the past few chapters have been trying to prove to Deku that his friends are here to help him and they're stronger together and they'll be able to take down the bad guys quicker or more effectively if they all work together, and Deku isn't alone. So that's good. I'm glad they got that part of the story out now. Of course, what's next? So I'm going to assume that the next few chapters are going to maybe show us a bit of the students and their prep for this big final battle whenever it occurs. Maybe show us some new moves, some new training, maybe All Might helping Deku train again. And everyone getting stronger to help, because I'm going to assume the next big fight when Shigaraki and All for One do attack, it's going to be huge. So yeah, again, like I said, not much really took place in the chapter. It was more character driven, which is good, but fight-wise and moving the story from point A to B, it got what it was supposed to be done. But again, like I said, all this would feel much more concise, I guess, when put into an episode, because we could get like one episode showing the whole thing, so we wouldn't have to read it in parts. That's what kind of turned me bit on the past few chapters, because I mean, it was broken up and we want full revelation of them having their growth and getting it weekly, and then with the breaks it kind of so. But yeah, all in all, good chapter. I enjoyed now reading back the past few chapters. With this one, seeing everything together, it fit better. So you could try that as well. Read the last 3 or 4 chapters together now that we have this full revelation here and fit the pieces together. But yeah, all in all, good chapter. I'm excited for the next one. Of course, Jump itself is on break next week, so we have to wait till the 22nd, I believe. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this small review, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.